Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wiki Sasquatch channel. In this video I'm going to be reviewing TUNG LASHOR. It took me forever to get him. I finally realized that my order was canceled for some reason, so I actually had to get him off the secondary market and pay a little bit more, but I don't know. I pre-ordered him and I don't know why. It was Entertainment Earth. I don't know why they canceled the order, if they didn't get their supply in or what, but anyway. I thought he was locked in, secured. I wondered why I wasn't ever getting him. And then I finally looked into it and realized that he wasn't ordered anymore. So anyway, I think he is showing up some places now, though. And I think Big Bad Toy Store has him now. They did. Before I get too far along and cutting him open, let's look at the packaging here. So he's the creature with the venomous tongue. And his tongue's not in there right now. You have to put that one in. It doesn't have the action feature. Forked tongue included to strike enemies. So on the back you got Cyclone there. With a paralyzing toxin secreting from his tongue, TUNG LASHOR is the snakeman's most feared soldier. Alright, and that's the wave he came with. I got the other ones a long time ago. Plug tongue into mouth. Fit staff and crossbow in the hands. So we are getting Cyclone. They have announced that one. So in the last video I was talking about how they're not really telling us a lot more about the original origins, but I guess they have. They did announce some, like Stone Dar and Rock On and Cyclone. I wish they'd focus some more on that. They're doing those Turtles of Grayskull and the animated series, and that's cool and all. Some of them would be pretty neat. I'm hoping the animated series will do some that they hadn't done before, that were in the animated series, but they hadn't really focused on. But I'm sure they'll redo all the ones we've got 10 versions of first. Alright, so he's got this thing like the original, and the staff like the original. And the original one, I mean the one from the 80s. Okay, and the original one had the little thing there you flick and his tongue would come out. This one is actually like an accessory. You stick it in to have his tongue, so it don't have the action feature, but looks pretty good though. The other one was like a thin ribbon. This one's more like a, you know, a tongue, I guess. He looks good. I like his eyes. Posability is cool. You wouldn't have the head being able to turn if you had the action feature, so you got that at least. So you can have him doing some different poses than the original one could do. Okay, so here's the original one. So we can do a comparison. Of course, this one just has the 5 points of articulation, basically. And that's the action feature. So he had this big dial on his back. So, you know, at least this one, you don't have that ugly dial. But the action feature of the dial is kind of cool because you can make him, you know, come here. I want to lick you. So that part was cool, but his head wouldn't turn though because of the action feature. So this one stands a little taller. His head's a lot more articulated in a good way because it does turn, and not just articulated but more detailed in the sculpt and stuff. So I like that one's head better. It does have more personality. One thing is, if he doesn't have his tongue out, he looks kind of like he's trying to kiss you or something. But this one did too, so I can't say anything about that because when his tongue was in, I don't know, it didn't look quite as bad because his tongue kind of looked like some teeth sticking out or something maybe. But I don't know. Alright, so put in the comments if you'd rather have the play feature or the articulation. I like both. I'm okay with this one pretty much with all these, I've said the same thing. I like, since I have all the originals pretty much, most of the originals, I don't mind. These are different because it gives you different posability options, because I do have the play feature already on the old one. So I kind of am okay with not having play features on some of these if it makes it more posable and displayable and photogenic, or whatever you want to call it. I like him. I think he looks pretty good. Let's look at his mini comic. So we've already covered his mini comic. It's the Assassin's Aim, because he came with that other wave way back. And there is the little schematic. So you can see the tongue is also grayed out because you can remove it. So, alright, so that was a pretty quick one since we've already read that mini comic and all that. But we can put his stuff in his hands, I guess. His hands are a lot better. The other one wouldn't really ever hold the stuff because his hands were kind of weird. You could kind of get him to hold it, but like with this hand, you couldn't, because it would fall out or turn sideways or whatever. But this one's hands make more sense because they're more of a triangulated, I guess, not just like a trident, if that makes sense. So they did improve the sculpt of the hands to make them more practical. All right, so that is our review of Tongue Lasher. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe there in the lower left corner so you'll get notifications when I post other videos. And you can click on some of these other links to see some other videos I've done. Thanks for watching.